the insidious tax that quietly drains the pockets of the poor, making them financially weaker with each passing sunrise, isn't levied by any government. It's the poverty premium. This is a hidden, systemic cost that forces low-income individuals to pay more for essential goods and services simply because they are poor, trapping them in a brutal cycle of endless financial struggle. It's a silent thief, working every single day, stealing not just money, but opportunity and hope. Imagine Sarah, a single mother working 2 minimum-wage jobs. She needs laundry detergent, but she can't afford the giant, economy-sized tub that costs less per ounce. Instead, she buys small, individual packets from the corner store. Each packet costs significantly more per wash than the bulk alternative. This isn't just about detergent. It's about everything. She buys smaller portions of food, paying more per calorie, more per gram. She can't afford to stock up when sales hit, so she's always paying full price. This isn't a choice. It's a forced transaction where poverty dictates higher costs. But the poverty premium extends far beyond the grocery aisle. Consider banking. Wealthier individuals often benefit from free checking accounts, credit cards with rewards, and easy access to low-interest loans. Sarah, however, might be unbanked. She relies on check cashing services that charge exorbitant fees, sometimes 3–5% just to get her own money. She uses money orders for rent, incurring more fees. If she needs cash quickly, a payday loan charges astronomical interest rates, sometimes reaching 400% APR. The system punishes her for not having enough money to begin with. What about shelter, one of life's most basic needs? If you have excellent credit and a stable income, you can secure a long-term lease at a reasonable rate or even qualify for a mortgage. If you're poor, with a patchy credit history or inconsistent income, your options narrow dramatically. You might be forced into weekly or monthly rentals with higher unit costs, less security, and often in less safe, less maintained buildings. These landlords know you have fewer choices, and they exploit that vulnerability. The supposed cheap rent ends up costing more in insecurity, higher utility bills for inefficient housing, and the constant stress of potential eviction. Then there's transportation. Owning a reliable car can open doors to better paying jobs further afield, bulk shopping, and crucial appointments. But for those without savings or good credit, a car purchase is impossible. They rely on public transport, which can be slow, unreliable, and often doesn't reach job centers efficiently. This means longer commutes, less time for family, and sometimes missing work, which spirals into lost wages or even job termination. Or they buy an older, less efficient vehicle that constantly needs repairs, bleeding their meager income dry with unexpected breakdowns and higher fuel costs. This hidden tax also extracts a steep price in time. When you're wealthy, you can pay for convenience, grocery delivery, childcare, professional services. When you're poor, time itself becomes a currency you can't afford to waste, yet are forced to. Hours are spent navigating bureaucratic systems for aid, waiting in long lines at clinics, commuting on multiple bus routes, or searching for the cheapest deal. This time tax isn't abstract. It's precious hours that could be spent learning new skills, resting, or being with family, instead consumed by the exhausting logistics of survival. The vicious cycle deepens with debt. A medical emergency, a car repair, or a lost job can instantly plunge a low-income family into a debt trap. With no savings to fall back on, they turn to high-interest credit cards, pawn shops, or predatory lenders. The interest rates are crushing, turning a small loan into an insurmountable mountain. Every payment chips away at their already thin budget, making it impossible to save, impossible to invest, impossible to escape. The wealthy use debt as a tool, the poor are enslaved by it. Consider the simple act of building assets. For those with disposable income, wealth compounds. Savings accounts earn interest, investments grow, property appreciates. But for the poor, there is no disposable income. Every dollar earned is immediately spent on survival. They can't save for a down payment, can't invest in a retirement fund, can't send their children to better schools. Their financial future remains stagnant, while the cost of living relentlessly climbs. How can you get ahead when the game is rigged against your ability to even start? Even health and education fall prey to this hidden tax. Access to affordable, high-quality healthcare is often limited, leading to chronic conditions worsening or preventable illnesses requiring expensive emergency care. Children in underfunded schools may miss out on opportunities that their wealthier peers take for granted, limiting their future earning potential. These aren't just minor disadvantages, they're compounding liabilities that keep families chained to poverty for generations. It's a profound injustice, quietly tolerated by society. And here's where the every single day becomes a hammer blow: inflation. While inflation impacts everyone, it disproportionately savages the poor. Those with assets see their wealth appreciate, offsetting some of the rising costs. But the poor, with no assets and wages that barely keep pace, watch their meager purchasing power evaporate day after day. A loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, a tank of gas, each price hike means less food on the table, less heat in the home, less fuel to get to work. Their struggle is amplified, their future diminished, simply because they have nothing to protect them. The psychological toll is immense. Living under the constant weight of the poverty premium leads to chronic stress, anxiety, and decision fatigue. Every choice, no matter how small, becomes a high-stakes gamble. This relentless pressure can impair cognitive function, making it harder to plan long-term, harder to make optimal decisions. It's not a lack of intelligence or effort. It's a fundamental wearing down of the human spirit, a constant battle that leaves little room for anything else. This tax doesn't just take money, it takes mental bandwidth, resilience, and joy. This isn't about blaming individuals for their circumstances. This poverty premium is a systemic flaw, a societal blind spot. It's the silent mechanism that ensures those at the bottom stay there, paying more for less, every hour of every day. It's a shocking revelation for many, a brutal reality for millions, and a ticking clock for us all. The longer we ignore it, the deeper the cracks in our society become. Understanding this hidden tax is the first, critical step towards dismantling it. Time is running out to confront this fundamental injustice, and every moment we delay, another family sinks deeper.